Hello guys, welcome back to another stream this morning. I'm very happy to be here with you once again. It's another blessed morning, and then the weather is very dreamy this morning. I'm cool. I hope you are also doing well by the grace of God. I welcome you back to another live session. Okay, now in this particular session I'll be discussing with you all the necessary things you must know in order to start this local chicken farming. Okay, so it simply means that I'm going to be answering certain questions in this stream. I'm receiving a lot of questions about their birds, their feeding, their medication, all these stuffs. I'm going to share everything with you. Okay, I'm going to break down those questions, and then because those questions, they are the basics of you understanding what it takes to raise these local birds. Okay, so that is what we'll be doing this morning. We'll be using this house. Okay, the chicks house. This is where we'll be using this morning. Okay, this is where the mamas are. You can see the ones that are taking care of our babies for us. This is where they are. These are the ones I'm taking care of myself. You can see this one. This is where the mamas are. Have you seen it? This is where they are. So this is the house we are going to be using this morning. Okay, but before we dive into the actual discussion for today, if this is your first time on this particular channel, I'm Isaac from Sinai Farms, and I'll recommend you subscribe to this particular channel. Okay, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell to get notified early anytime I'm live. You know, early in the morning, 6 a.m. I'm always live. But if you are not here, you know, meaning things will not go well. Okay, so if you are new, make sure you subscribe, and then make sure that you go to the playlist, the live farm experience, and then stream all the videos, because those videos contains basic things that will guide you on things that you have to do whenever it comes to raising local chickens. Okay, it contains all the guides that you need whenever it comes to local chickens. Okay, I've done a lot. We are about 40 live streams, so go there, sit down, stream the videos, take your time and stream the videos. Okay, now why you are hearing such noises is that we have some growers in the house. Okay, and then, you know, those mamas, they don't like to see other birds, so that is in chicken farming, especially the local chicken farming. So these things do happen, so you have to get places for these growers, mamas, layers, brooding ones, and co. Okay, so guys, that is what I have for you, and then let's proceed into this particular discussion. Now, whenever it comes to raising local chickens, the first thing you have to understand is, some people think, I'm still receiving questions, that do our local chickens lay eggs like how the commercial layers also lays eggs? The answer is yes. Do our local chickens lay big eggs? The answer is yes, they also lay big eggs. Most of the time, we think that the egg that these local chickens lay is just small eggs. No. Whenever you go to commercial layers farm, they also have, good morning, Augustine. I hope you are doing well. If you go to commercial layers farm, you will find out that the eggs those birds are also laying are in different sizes. We have the small one, the medium, and then the big. Okay, the same thing whenever it comes to the local chickens. You are going to experience that same thing in your farm. The eggs are not going to be of the same size. Okay, so stop worrying about the size of the eggs. They also lay small size, medium size, and big size eggs. Okay, the only guide you have to do is, I shared it with you in one of the videos, that whenever you are going to sort out for the birds, for you not to make mistakes, don't go and buy chicks. Okay, don't go and buy chicks. Watching from Uganda, welcome. I really appreciate you. Okay, You guys, I have to visit that country one of these days. Uganda, I really like the country. So Ghanaians, you're getting ready. I'll be leaving your country soon. Okay? So whenever it comes to the beds, the only thing you must consider is the size of these local beds matters. Okay? Because it is the size that will differentiate between whether they will lay big eggs for you. Whenever you buy small beds, okay, you buy chicks, when they are developing, they can develop into different sizes, small, medium, and large. Okay? I'm not saying that small beds, small chickens don't lay big eggs. The ratio at which they lay big eggs is very minimal, it's very small. Okay? If let's say we have 100 chickens in this house now, hence in this house now, and then they are small beds, they are small in size, very small, very tiny in size. Those that will be laying big eggs will not be up to 30%. The rest will be laying small eggs because of their size. So whenever you are going to sort out for your beds, the laying hens, make sure that the hens you are going to buy, they have the size, okay? Now, one thing you have to understand is, if the beds are ladies at their point of laying, if they begin to lay, if that is their first time of laying, guys, the eggs you will be expecting from these beds will be small, okay? If it is not small, it will be some kind of way, it will be medium or small. You will not be expecting that big size eggs from the ladies if they begin to lay. So if the beds begin to lay, they will the first laying cycle, you will not have big eggs, okay? You have medium and small eggs, okay? If they complete that cycle, the second laying cycle, be ready. They are going to be laying big eggs for you, okay? Now, what will cause these birds to lay big eggs for you and then lay the egg consistently, like how the layers have been doing it, is the feeding. I'm not going to repeat this. So it's the feeding. The feeding is what is going to do the magic. And then how you supplement the birds is what is going to do the magic. If you want to know about the feeding, the supplementing, just go to the playlist and watch the playlist, okay? Now, the next question I'm getting is, can our local chickens lay eggs without the roosters? The answer is yes, they can lay without roosters. Those eggs they lay, sometimes the eggshell is very soft, and then most of the time they are just table eggs. You cannot hatch them. They cannot hatch into chicks, okay, because they are not fertilized eggs. So you must understand that our local birds, they can also lay eggs on their own, but those eggs are just table eggs. Sometimes they don't have even that thick shell, okay? The next thing you have to understand is that whenever you are going into this local chicken farming, why you need roosters is because, one, of the fertilized eggs, okay? You need the roosters to be mating the hens so that you can have fertilized eggs. You can hatch some of those eggs in order to grow your farm, and then you can sell off the fertilized eggs to other people, to customers, which other people will come and buy, and then they use it for so many things, okay? So we are interested in the fertilized eggs, not the table eggs. So whenever it comes to raising the local chickens, yes, the hens can lay the eggs on their own, but don't do that. Get the roosters for them. Now, the roosters also help the hens to start their laying cycle earlier. If the birds are ladies, 16 weeks, 17 weeks, at the point of laying, the roosters, you've seen what I did. The other day, I have, this house is full of the growers, okay? So as the hens attain 14 weeks, I have to introduce them to where the layers are, because in that house, we have a lot of roosters in that house, okay? The roosters that are mating the hens. So I have to introduce them to the laying hens so that they will familiarize themselves with how things go on there, okay? So I send them there week 14, week 15, and then they are now currently in week 16. I've shown you in one of the videos how the roosters begin to mate them, okay? That will help the hens to start their laying cycle earlier, okay? They will start laying early. So it's not just for fun to have roosters for the fertilized egg. No, the roosters will also help the hens to start their laying cycle earlier. So if you have birds, hens that are 17 weeks, 18 weeks, 20 weeks, 21, they are not laying, get them roosters, okay? They will start to lay. And then I've shown you one mechanism. Check them whether they have that mechanism. If they have that condition, just cut it off and then introduce them to roosters. They are going to start laying for you, okay? So that is the second question I'm getting. Okay, now the third question, which I think will be the final question for this particular session, is it supplementing the birds? How would that help the birds? Why should you go and sort out for grains to come and give to your birds? Why will you go and buy these vegetables to come and give to your birds, these local chickens? How are you going to profit them? Why do you have to suffer to get all these things? Guys, this is a business. I told you that the way we have been handling our commercial layers, the same way we must handle these local chickens. If you are handling them like this, they are going to produce for you. We don't need any synthetic medicine. Okay? You don't need synthetic medicine for these hens to lay. Now, why you have to supplement your birds? I told you the things you have to use: ginger, garlic, pepper, cayenne pepper, dandelion, spinach, the bitter leaf, stubborn grass, pawpaw leaf, moringa, all these leaves. If you have your chart you are following, you are not actually working out yourself. No, you are taking good care of these birds, because those grains are going to help the birds in terms of their health, okay? The birds must be healthy in order to lay. You know, it takes 24 hours for the eggs to form completely, and then the birds will lay. But if the birds are not healthy, they are not going to go through that same process and begin to lay. So you are actually helping the birds to be healthy. Those grains contains vitamins A, vitamin B, vitamin Esther Wilson, welcome, vitamin C, vitamin B12, these minerals, this fiber, potassium, magnesium, this calcium. Those grains contains these nutrients, these elements, which are very essential to these local birds, their health. It helps them boost their immune system, and then it also helps them to develop good and quality eggs. The yolk, okay, you know, yolks contains cholesterol, and then those grains help reduce cholesterol in the eggs of these particular birds and improve the color of the yolks, the size of the birds, the size of the eggs. Okay, so these are the reasons why you have to supplement your birds. If you are not supplementing your birds, they will be having stunted growth. They will not be growing. Okay, if you see this bird, this young one, I brought this. This bird has been hatched not long ago, but if you see them now, they are tender size. So it helps the birds to grow faster. If your local chickens are not growing, supplement them. Okay, you know, whenever you go to commercial layers, you know, there are genetic birds that grow faster. So whenever it comes to these local chickens, you can also do same. Okay, do same. Those supplements helps the birds to grow. So you cannot just sit down and say you are not going to supplement your birds, or you are tired, you are feeling lazy, you are not going to put in the work. No. If you have growers, give them supplements. Give them those spinach, dandelion, bitter leaf, stubborn grass. It will help them to grow faster. If you are having a laying hen, supplement them with those grains. It will help them to boost their immune system, maintain their health, and then make sure they are laying quality eggs. And those eggs will attain the size, okay? Dandelion, please, I have a hen of 8 months and have not started laying. What can I do? Guy, if you have a hen that is 8 months old and then the bird is not laying, I've shared with you in one of the videos, if your bird is not laying, what you have to do. So go to the live playlist and check it. Sometimes the birds develop something, it's a condition at the back. So just go and watch that video. You have to find it out. If the bird have it, you have to cut it off and introduce the bird to roosters. Okay, so check the bird whether it has that condition. If you don't know what it is, just go and watch that video where I demonstrated the thing, where you have to look out for that thing and cut it off. Okay, so if the bird has that, cut it off. If the bird does not have that, then it's another story altogether. You have to go to the extra mile, feed the bird well, supplement the bird well with all the greens I'm calling in this particular video, and introduce the bird to a rooster. Okay, she's going to lay. I told you earlier, don't be giving whole maize to your chickens. Okay, the reason why I said that, I'm testing everything before I'm sharing it with you. I tried breaking down maize into pieces, the whole maize, without mixing it with anything. I feed my laying hens with it. You know, the production rate dropped by 50%. Okay, I tested it not once, not twice, not thrice. So now I have the confirmation that you cannot just be giving whole maize or just take a maize, broken maize, and give to your birds. No. You are going to cause havoc in your farm. So don't do it. So if your bird is having, young farmer, if your bird is 8 months old and then she is not laying as at now, just look out for that condition and then make sure if the bird has it, cut it for the bird, okay? And introduce the bird to rooster, okay? And make sure if you cut it off, apply ash to the spot, which will cause the wound to heal and cause the wound not to be infected, okay? So that is the reason why, guys, that is the reason why you have to supplement your birds. If I want to say one thing before answering that question, if you are giving dandelion, those of you that doesn't know dandelion, I'll bring it and then you see it. If you are giving dandelion to your birds, they are going to grow faster and attain the size. Those that are into commercial broilers, hear this. So if you are giving dandelion to your birds are going to attain the size and grow faster. Okay, so these help, those grains and supplements, they are natural. Okay, they are natural. We don't need any synthetic medicine here. So that will prove the difference in the egg quality. Okay, so as I told you earlier, nowadays at my end, the demand for the eggs is very high because I'm doing something and then people that are taking the egg are seeing the difference in the egg they are taking. Okay, the eggshells are strong. I'm not having any deformity in the eggs that the birds are laying. You know, our local birds lay eggs that have soft shells. Okay, very soft. But these ones, as from that time till now, I didn't see any deformity in the eggs they are laying. They are laying consistently. I have, since I started this farm, as I begin to supplement the bird well, feed them well, I have a bird laying 26 eggs per month, 20 eggs per month. The minimum is not less than 15. Okay? They continue to lay. One thing you have to understand is that it will reach a point where these local chickens will break. Okay? They will break. They are not going to lay at that point. That is the time they become broody. Okay? You know, God created them in a way that when they are laying, it will reach a time where they themselves want to hatch. 90% of the birds, if they are laying, it will reach a point they will feel like hatching. Okay? So you, the farmer, you have to control that time for them. You have to control that cycle for them. If the birds stop laying, quickly identify, know that the bird will become broody. Okay? So you will not leave the bird to be sleeping in the nest. No, you have to put the bed, set the bed aside, and then introduce roosters to the bed earlier. Okay? You have to be observing the birds. If they stop to lay, know that they are going to become broody, and then you have to control that particular cycle for them. Okay? So if you control it well, within a week, the birds will begin to lay again. Okay? So that is the only thing And that is the only experience you have whenever it comes to this local chicken. They will begin to lay. Let's say that bird laid, for a bird will lay, let's say 15 eggs for you, 20 eggs for you, and then the bird pause. And then you begin to see the bird going to sleep in the nest. That bird becomes broody. She wants to hatch. Okay, so you have to make sure that you take care of that condition. Okay, you just need to take the bird out. If the bird is sleeping in the nest, don't worry her, take her out, have a place for them, keep them there, provide feed for them, provide a supplement for them, keep them busy. Just make some stands like this. Okay, make stands like this with these local materials so that they can be exercising themselves. Okay, just keep them busy. But I am pleading with you, don't leave any nest in the house like this. Okay, don't have any nest. These are just made with, this is my first nest, so I'll not ever break it down. Okay, I just want to show you where I've started. I just started with these two nests. Okay, and these two nests, you can see it, 1 and 2. This is where I've started from. Okay, so I always keep it here to remind myself where I've started from. So don't allow or don't have any nest at where you'll be keeping those birds separately. If they become broody, if you have a very large farm, let's say like mine, I did not have that large farm as at now, but 5 of my birds can become broody at a go. Okay, so I take time to be doing all these things for them within 3-4 days. Some birds, even 3 days, they are out of the broodiness. Okay, and they will resume laying. So guys, I hope you've learned something from this particular session. I've answered 3 of the most important questions that are disturbing you. Whenever it comes to feeding, guys, I said that don't just stand up and give anything to your bird. Treat them like how they have been treating commercial layers. And whenever it comes to the time for feeding the birds, don't be changing the time for them. You feed them in the morning and then the next day, no. If you have a chart, let's say you always feed your bird in the morning, 8 a.m., be feeding the birds 8 a.m. Okay? If you are feeding a bird in the afternoon, 3 p.m., it should be 3 p.m. Okay? Don't be varying the time for them. Okay? If that happens, they are not going to perform. Okay, Wilson, I have layers from Nigeria, but I'm a new farmer in Ghana. My birds are 24 weeks old, but the production is 54%. They are brown. Most are 2 kg, and sooner are less than 1.5 to even 0.6 kg. Will the remaining birds lay? So Esther, please, are these local chickens? Are these local birds? Are these local birds? The Issa Brown, okay, the commercial layers. Now, those commercial layers, you know, I'm saying this, people are not believing it. Birds have the same ability. You know, whenever you are raising these local or commercial layers, it will come to a time their production rate will fall. It depends on so many things. 1, their immune system, their health. If something is worrying the birds, their production rate will fall. But the Issa Brown, those exotic birds, if they are maturing, let's say they are done, they are 50 weeks, 70 weeks, 80 weeks in production, organically or naturally, their production rate begins to fall. But here in this case, in Esther's case, the birds are 24 weeks old, meaning something may be happening to the birds, worrying their immune system. That is causing the birds not to hit that 90% production rate, because the Issa Brown, with 24, they have to hit at least 85-90% production rate. If you take good care of them, you can at least have 95% production rate. What you have to do, what I would recommend you to do, is to get that pawpaw leaf. Okay, get pawpaw leaf, grind it well, and then save them today. Okay, the pawpaw leaf will deworm them and help boost their immune system. That is 1. Okay, give them pawpaw leaf today. Tomorrow, prepare garlic, ginger, and the cayenne pepper extract. If you don't have the cayenne pepper, no worries. Just blend the garlic and then the ginger tomorrow. Grind it well and then add it to their drinking water throughout the day. Okay, then day 3, give them their usual drinking water, but make sure the water, if you are not using an automatic system, you are not using automatic drinkers, you are using the manual drinker, are you going to know a bird have finished laying? Yes, I'll share that with you. Jean, I'll share that with you soon. So Esther, if you are not using automatic drinker, the water you are going to give to the birds, I always preach this. We don't know what those water contains. The water that you are giving to the bird may contain toxic substance that may affect the bird, and if that happens, their production rate falls. So always, whenever you are going to give the birds their drinking water, usual drinking water, you must add wood ash. Okay, you must add wood ash. Simple as ABCD. Okay, add wood ash. So that is all. And then day 4, introduce bitter leaf to the birds. Okay, bitter leaf. Day 5, give the birds aloe vera. Okay, aloe vera. You just crush it, add it to their drinking water, and give it to them for the day. Okay. Day 6, give the birds their usual clean water without adding any of those things. Okay. Day 7, give them their usual drinking water and resume the process again. Okay, so just go to the playlist and watch all the necessary things I've shared about the herbs, the greens that I'm using. Do this consistently. Be doing it for the birds consistently. They are not going to have a down immune system that will result into them having loss. If the birds are losing weight, you have to know that something is happening there. Okay, something is worrying them. So do it, and then how will give the bitter leaf? Or the bit is just usual, grind it. Okay, you just mesh it. If you have a mortar and pestle, grind it. If you have a blender, just blend it and then add it to the drinking water of the birds. They are going to take it. Okay, so that is how you give it to the birds, the bitter leaf. All the things I've said, you're just going to grind it and add it to their drinking water. Okay, sometimes you have to know that the commercial feed also have effect on our birds. If you don't have, if the commercial feed has spoiled, sometimes it do worry the birds. You know, those companies, they use synthetic elements to prepare the feed. So you know, those synthetic elements, they have expiry dates, and then if they expire, guys, it is toxic to our birds. So these are some of the things they cause. So something is actually worrying the birds. So just go the organic way, and then let's see this week. Okay, this week, these 5 days, just give the herbs to the birds and see whether they will recover. Okay, so Jean, yes, how are you going to know a bird have finished laying? Now, whenever it comes to our local chickens, you have to know the ability of each bird. So if you have a bird that is laying 20, 30 eggs, then I know that every day my birds lay. So if the birds lay today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, every day the bird is laying. And then let's say on the 10th day or 15th day, the bird doesn't lay. 16th, it doesn't lay. 17th, it doesn't lay. 14th, it doesn't lay. Meaning that hen has ended her laying cycle. Okay? The cycle has ended. But most of the time, if the birds are growing naturally, the production rate falls. But whenever it comes to local chickens, they can lay up to 10 years solid, okay, without a fall in production. But the Isa Brown, like this one, the Isa Brown chicks, these exotic birds, whenever they hit 2 years, that is 104 weeks, their production rate falls automatically. It's natural, okay? They are not going to be laying. So you know that that is the end of the cycle. But if they are ladies, you know that a bird is, but if you have a bird, let's say you have a bird that is laying 6 eggs, and then after 6 eggs, she stopped, she paused, and then wants to hatch, guys, you have to sell that bird early. Just send the bird to the marketplace and sell it off, okay? some of our natural chickens, our local chickens, that is what they do. Okay, they are not good layers naturally. Okay, the same thing applies to the exotic ones. So the best, some of them, they are not good in laying. That is their ability. 6x, and they pause. Send that bird to the marketplace, sell it off. Okay, so you have to know the ability of each of the birds, and then if you observe the birds, their production rate falls, you the farmer, you know. And then if it means that they are beginning to go to the next laying cycle, you know. Okay, because you are with them. So that is why I said that be the manager of your farm. Manage your farm well, knows what goes in. Okay, if the birds begin to lay, identify the ones that begin to lay, and then take record of the number of eggs they are producing per day, and then continue like that. Okay, yeah. So if your birds stop laying, let's say day 1, day 2, day 3, they did not lay, production rate has fallen, day 4, local chickens, that is the end of their cycle. Okay, begin to supplement them for the next cycle, right? But if it is a commercial layer, exotic birds, know that is something. It's either their immune system is down, an outbreak is going to worry them, okay, or something is wrong with the feed. Esther, I want to give you this recommendation. If you want to give the commercial feed to your birds, make sure you add ash, okay? Mix the feed with ash. For if the feed contains any toxic substance that will harm the birds, the ash will neutralize it, okay? So anytime you want to feed your birds, add ash to the feed, okay? That is the recommendation I have for you, okay? So guys, this is where we'll be parting ways. Today has been an amazing day. And then today we have a lot of questions coming in. And then I hope and I pray that if the recommendations have given, those that are facing the challenge, if you implement them, you succeed, okay? You are going to succeed, okay? So guys, this is where we'll be parting ways. But if you are new, head to the playlist, okay? Subscribe. We will meet tomorrow for another wonderful discussion. I love you. Bye-bye for now, okay?